So, I'm going to show you how to add explosive arrows in Minecraft. It's not that difficult. First thing you're going to need to do is run this command. Scoreboard objectives add explode dummy. Now this doesn't have to be called explode. Basically what this is doing, it's adding an objective into the game with a dummy, meaning that it's not attached to any statistic in Minecraft. Meaning that it can be edited with command blocks. So, once we hit this, that runs that. Now that scoreboard objective is now in the game's memory. Second thing you're going to need is a repeating command block, and you're going to run the command. It's another scoreboard command. Now what this does is it sets the objective of the explode that we just made, and it changes every arrow in the ground or in like a block or something, and it gives it an explode factor of 1, which I'll show you at the end here. So scoreboard player set, so it's going to set the value of @e, which is all entities, and then with an entity selector, type equals arrow, so it has to be like an arrow entity, and with the NPT tag in the ground of 1, meaning it's in the ground. Sets that to explode, and that one's done. Now with the second one, you're going to run an execute command. Now this is basically running a command at the arrow that we selected. So execute at all entities with the score of explode equals to 1, and then what it runs, it summons a creeper with a fuse of 0 and an explosion radius of 2. The explosion radius can be affected, and you can also use prime TNT, but you cannot edit the explosion radius of that as easily. The last one just kills the arrow, so you don't have like an infinite amount of explosions at one singular arrow. Now, let's see, I'm going to have to grab myself something to power this. Redstone block will work. Power that up. And as you can very clearly see, it blew up. If I turn this off, it does not explode. If I power this on, that arrow is going to detonate though. So, you can take this, stick it in your Minecraft world. All you need to do is run this command once and have this repeating commands. Basically, you want this one as a repeating command block, this one is chain, this one is chain. You want to make sure all the little arrows are pointing this direction. Now, you won't need to have a redstone block here all the time. You can just change this to always active, but I prefer to have the needs redstone on so I can disable it at any time. And that's as simple as that. If you want to make the explosion bigger, you come in here, change this radius, say 5. Explosion is a lot bigger than 2. You can also make it smaller if you wanted to do that, and make it like an explosion radius of 1. You can go pretty high up with these numbers. I don't want to do 50 because that'll just detonate this whole world. But fire 25 leaves a pretty nice crater in the ground. So you can use that if you want to play with PvP with your friends. If you're going to do that, I would recommend leaving it somewhere about 2 or 3 is reasonable. So that's basically it. You can also use this to summon other things like lightning. I can change that real quick. Basically I just take all that up, say summon lightning bolt with the current location. Boom. Strike whatever you shoot. And that's pretty much it. You can do other things with that. Go ahead, knock yourself out. Alright, and that's going to be it.